Slowly float your hands down toward your partner's either hand or foot, as the case may be. Both hands or both feet, as the case may be. And if you need to move closer or further away to make sure that you're both comfortable, this is a good time to do that. And then just being in quiet contact. Just not even doing anything yet, just being in still contact, watching your partner's breathing and breathing with them. And then beginning with some just very gentle caressing of both of your partner's hands. We're not using lotion yet. Firmer gripping touch is on feet is doesn't often trigger the ticklish thing. And once they relax into having their feet touch, then the lighter touch can sometimes work. With feet, I found I have to be a little bit more exploratory to see what works. And watching the person's breathing is a good clue, or their face, or watching for feedback. And then decide on which of their hand or foot, hand or feet, you're going to massage first, and focus more on that. And you can reach for some lotion and begin sensuously, just very sensitively applying the lotion to their extremity. How sensitive and sensuous can you make the experience? People receiving, it's fine to breathe and let sounds express what you're noticing, what you're feeling. Once you have sensuously applied the lotion, then you could begin some actual massage. And in some ways, the hands and feet are similar in that the palm or the sole of the foot is the part that likes the most pressure usually. And with the hand, it's relatively easy to turn it one way or the other. With the foot, it's a little more difficult. But if you need to adjust the person's hand or foot in some way to make it easier to access, feel free to do that. And if you're able to do circles on the palm or the sole of the foot, either one feels great. With the foot, something I have found very delicious is the grooves in between the tendons on the top of the foot. I have a lot of sensation, so I often will grip the foot in such a way that I can put pressure on the space in between those tendons on the top of the foot and slide up and down that space. And at the same time, applying corresponding pressure on the sole of the foot. It's a little harder to see where the bones are. On the hand, or the foot actually, if you can picture where the bones are that continue from the toes or the fingers, those bones reach right down to the wrist or close to the ankle. So the spaces in between the bones on both the hands and feet feel great. That's good too. Great sound. With the fingers or the toes, grip the digit and squeeze it and pull it. That can feel really nice. And something else that's very delicious and sensuous is to slide one of your fingers between any pair of fingers or toes, right down at the root, slowly and sensuously. And sometimes I'm going to suggest completing with this first hand or foot with just some very light brushing off the fingertips or the toes, like you're brushing the tension off from the wrist or ankle and right off the tips of the fingers and toes. Finding a way that's comfortable for you to let one of your hands come to rest on the hand or foot that you've been massaging. And then very slowly letting your other hand move over to the other extremity that you haven't yet massaged, and just quietly be with both their extremities. In other words, coming to stillness for a few moments, connecting with both of their hands or both of their feet, as the case may be. And breathing with them. It's always good to come back to stillness and breathing with the person you're touching. It's definitely one of the secrets I have learned. Something about coming back to the breath that connects me and the person I'm touching with something deeper, I guess we could say with spirit or with energy. The sacred perhaps. And then gradually segueing so that the hand that's been on the first hand or foot slowly slides away, and so both of your hands move toward their second extremity. And arriving very gently and doing a little bit of caressing first. Saying hello. If it's a foot, you may wish to be firmer first before doing lighter caressing. See what works. When it feels right, reaching for some lotion and being even more sensuous with the second hand or foot. If you can figure out a way to be even more deliciously sensual. Like you've applied the lotion fully and sensuously, and then begin exploring how to massage the second hand or foot in a way that might be even more pleasurable for the person receiving. Knowing that the palm or sole can enjoy a fair bit of pressure, and the back of the hand and the back of the foot can enjoy some pressure as well. Something I didn't think to mention earlier is the muscle between the thumb and the palm, the muscle that we grip with, our wonderful human opposing thumb. That muscle actually is quite strong and enjoy a fair bit of pressure. So consider going fairly deeply in that thumb muscle. And those of you receiving, if there's something you'd like different in the way of what your partner is doing, this would be a time to ask for that. If there's something they're doing that feels especially wonderful, it'd be lovely to tell them that. Actually take about one more minute to do some wonderful finishing touches with their second hand. Finishing by brushing off both of their hands or both of their feet, as the case may be. That idea of just brushing the tension off the fingertips or off the toes of both extremities. Finally coming to some stillness, lightly holding both of their hands and just being present with them and letting go of being the doer now and letting yourself feel the contact flowing both ways. So slowly that they can't really tell, letting your hands lift away from your body. I'm really blissed now. So anything that you discovered about hands, having your hands or feet massaged, or either the doing or receiving, anything you'd like to share? This would be this is to let people know what's possible with just hands and feet.
So many feelings and sensations and pressures. It was rich. It felt like a story, actually. Something, a beginning, and sort of moved into different plot lines, and then I sort of came back to rest with the hands resting one on each. Felt like there had been a movie going on, just in my fingers.
It was so relaxing for my whole body, but I thought, oh, this is remarkable because it's just the hand, yeah. And but it just affects so much warm, and I kept feeling so much heart as well, and being massaged and touched in the hands.
When I was having my feet massaged, I felt it in my heart, like distinctly. A couple times, like I could feel my heart beat a little bit harder, and then it kind of open up, and then so it's interesting. Sure, that's why it's so relaxing. So it's great. My favorite.
To me, I remembered how sensuous the hands are, and the motion of your finger going in between the digits is very, very sensual and very vulnerable. I think the hands are a very vulnerable place. So when you combine those two, it's quite powerful.
I love hands. It's actually one of my favorite parts of the human body, and because they can do so much. I just had this great reverence for the hands. In terms of, we were talking about gender earlier, and hands can be firm and penetrating in that masculine way. They can be soft and caressing in that feminine way. And we all have that capacity with our hands, which no matter what our other plumbing is, our hands can easily express the whole range of gender energies. And I love that.